Kenyan worker has been denied spending power in a historic high. No wonder the economy of our nation has dipped from 7.6% growth in 2021 to the current 4.6%. Numbers do not lie. I'm aware William Ruto is disputing these figures that have been released by a department in his own government. A department in his own government has released figures telling the people of Kenya how the economy is performing. And he is saying those numbers are a lie. I'm told that the guy in charge of that department will soon face the sack for daring to tell the people of Kenya the truth. Hata mkisima stima tutaendelea tu. Oh, great. See the skyrocketing fuel prices, high inflation rates, high lending rates, increased crime rates, among others. And the Ruto regime remains unbothered, unbothered. To them, the Kenyan is an extremely happy person. What a regime. Patriotic Kenyans, we must ask why other workers of the country are being put through this pain. Is it worth it? You only need to look at the affordable housing levy. Some are calling it the avoidable housing levy. And I think we need to, next year, to shift from affordable housing levy to avoidable. Look at the affordable housing levy to see that the government is taking from its citizens without giving them what they promised. Billions of shillings have been squeezed from the payslips of Kenyans without due accountability. These are not voluntary deductions, rather deductions forced by William Ruto to the Kenyan worker through the National Assembly. Audit reports show large sums parked in private or intermediary accounts, earning interest that lines the pockets of one individual. The State Department of Housing has no capacity to absorb these funds. It's too much money that has been taken from workers forcibly, and the State Department has no capacity to absorb those funds. So these funds deducted from workers of Kenya are stashed in William Ruto's Syrian bank that has exponentially grown to a level extraordinary. For instance, in the financial year 2022, deposits of this bank before Ruto bought it were only 25.4 billion. After he bought it in 2023, they increased by 9% to 27.6 billion, reflecting organic growth from the legacy retail and SME base. In 2024, William Ruto's deposits gotten forcibly from the Kenyan workers continued to accelerate and rose to 44 billion shillings, a jump of about 60.8% year on year as the bank began onboarding bigger institutional and government-linked accounts. In the 2025 financial year, the deposit base surged again by 6.29 to 63.0% to a whopping 72.3 billion, nearly tripling the ED 2023 level and leaving Syrian with roughly 1.8% of all the industry deposits, a shift largely attributed to a wave of new public sector deposit through conflict of interest and state capture. Even the county government of Nairobi have been forced to take their deposits to Syrian Bank. And by the way, Syrian Bank is on the third tier of the banking industry. The agreed policy of government is that all government funds should be put in tier 1. That is Absa, Equity, Cooperative Bank, Standard, cooperative. And most of these are government banks, so you want government money to be put in government banks so that the profit can benefit the Kenyan people. William Ruto has directed that all funds are taken to his bank, CDN. It's the worst act of conflict of interest and state capture witnessed in the history of independent Kenya. And the victim, the Kenyan worker. And then the man who is supposed to fight for the workers is dancing happily before the oppressor, singing songs of praise, and the choir master or the praise and worship team of the king. Oh, you wonderful man. You've done so well for the Kenyan workers. We are so happy, we don't know what we could do without you. Never mind, you have deducted everything from us, we still love you. You are the best president ever, and you must get another term. We don't want to imagine how Kenya would be without you. The Kenyan workers love you. They may be crying here and there, but the love for you is undoubted. This level of sycophancy and praise worship is what the workers of Kenya must deal with very decisively. The consequences of financial misadventure on the Kenyan worker are immediate and painfully familiar. Families miss rent payments. Children are sent home from school for unpaid fees. Families have no meals on their table, while households delay or forego medical treatment because there is no money. Patriotic Kenyans, the affordable housing levy shows how a government can take from people without giving them what was promised. Since its inception in July 2023, the scheme has drawn significant resources from the public. There are real resources painfully raised from teachers, nurses, drivers, and other workers. For contributors, however, the levy often feels like just another automatic deduction. Money taken from payslips with no clear guarantee of a home, no clear timeline, and little feasible accountability. Similarly, the Morning Star, infamously known as the Social Health Authority, SHA, was sold to Kenyans as a path to universal health care. By August 2025, hospitals across this country had submitted claims totaling 98 billion Kenya shillings. When you add the 33 billion uncleared arrears inherited from NHIF, the total debt is astronomical. And these failures are not restricted to our healthcare, but they have been infected our education and higher education systems as well. Public universities are carrying debts estimated between 67.8 billion to 72.4 billion Kenya shillings as of mid-2025.